Okay, the final tool we want to talk about are word clouds. For those of you who haven't heard word clouds, we'll go through a brief description of how they work, and then I want to give an example of how we used them, and I've used them in the past. But it's basically a medium where you can have discussion with thousands of people. So what's a word cloud? So I went to Google, I searched on word cloud, and up a number of free word clouds came up, and I randomly picked create word clouds. So what's a word cloud? You find a piece of text, or I'll explain in a minute how you can collect people's thoughts in 1 or 2 words about a given subject. And so just as an example, I pulled up an editorial out of today's New York Times, and I'm going to copy the first section of the editorial. So I copy that, I come back here, and I paste in the text. And so I'm going to generate a word cloud. And so what it does is the words that the author uses the most show up in the biggest print, and words that are used very infrequently are very small. So this editorial is about marches and issues and globalization and way. And so what it can be used for is to look for patterns in information. So where I used it before was I took a MOOC called Leading from the Emerging Future. And what was interesting about this class is that the professor gave live lectures, and there were 30,000 people signed up for this class. And so we would meet in different places around the world, and 30,000 people would be listening to the lecture. And so the professor would ask a question. He set up a Twitter feed, and he says, tell me in 2 words what you think about this issue. And so people would put in 2 words about what they thought. They'd send a Twitter message. His TAs were sitting there copying and pasting the words into a word cloud, and then we'd take a 15-minute break during the discussion. When we came back from the discussion, we had the input from 30,000 people. It was kind of fascinating. I had never carried on a conversation with 30,000 people before. And so these word clouds are a way to do that. You just use Twitter or Google Forms or some way to get information from people, and then you paste all those words into one of these programs that create a word cloud, and you push a button and you automatically get a word cloud. So you can see what, are there common words that are showing up that everybody has, using these words for an issue. So it can be, it's a very quick, easy way to get a survey from a massive amount of people with minimum amount of effort. All right? I hope you found this information useful.